All right, all right. Good morning, millionaires. Let's get it. Um, this weekend we doing a Kaizen Academy, all about mental toughness. So I hope you're ready for that. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay. I hope by now you know this, but for some of you, it's your first time rocking with it. Love you. Basically, man, every morning our whole goal is to help entrepreneurs go further, faster, with less effort. Anything you ask me to, but I'm tired. Hey, I realize that I just don't love you, not like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good morning, millionaires. Thank God it's Friday. Hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. Moreau's in the house. My man Dennis Thicklin is up in here. Spread the word. Let him know we in the house. This is the only morning show I know of for entrepreneurs that focuses on mindset, skill set, and heart set. That's the whole play. If you'd be willing to do a testimony for us, we'd show appreciate it. You know, you can do a written testimony, an audio testimony. You can do a testimony that's video, however you want to freak it. But we would love to use your words to spread the word about what we're doing, if that makes sense. Hey, Alan, I appreciate those coloring book orders. You should have them joints today or tomorrow. My man Alan ordered a handful of our vision board coloring books. Always means a lot to me, man. I appreciate that. Chanel, good morning, Queen. Okay, let's get it. Make sure you spread the word. If you haven't joined the text message system, or if you haven't joined the email list, this is a good time to do it, y'all. This is a good time. Go to millionaireminded.com and put your name and your email address in the box, and you are in the house. Yeah, you in the house. Good morning, millionaires. Let's get it. Looks like it's time for me to go ahead and call in. Let me get this party started. Y'all ain't come here for my DJing? You know what I'm saying?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We're going to bring the millionaire out you, baby.
Thank you.
All right, let's
Please
get started.
announce yourself. All participants are muted.
All right.
Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. And we are off to the races. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. This is the time, some of you know, some of you don't, that you're supposed to be putting in your city, where you calling in from. Y'all know the drill, man. Rep your city. Let them know what kind of business you have. How do you help people? You know, because a path to misery is thinking that life is all about your pleasure. A path to misery is thinking that life is all about your pleasure, your joy. How much relaxing you can do. Is that really what you think life is about? Like how much relaxing you can do? Oh, I know. You think life is all about how everybody else can serve you, right? How they can all take care of your needs, your emotions, the things you need to accomplish for your life. It's everybody else's job. No. What we know is with great responsibility comes great power. With great responsibility comes great power. So let me see it in the notes. What do you do to help people? Right? By now we know what separates successful people from the not so successful. We'll just say it like that. You know, I always say there's a word for people that expect to win. We call them winners. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is for you if you're a winner, because we're going to focus strictly on mental toughness. That's our whole play this weekend. We're going to focus strictly on mental toughness. Is that exciting for you? I hope it is. If I'm doing my job correctly, that's kind of exciting for you. You know what I mean? If I'm not, then it ain't. So, you know what I mean? I hope that y'all are feeling as excited as we are about going through the process of analyzing our mentality and the mental toughness that we deserve. You know, we deserve to think about things in a way that serves us. We deserve to be in a space where we are clear about what actions that we undertake that are going to lead to our success, right? We want to know that. And then we want to know what actions are going to lead to failure. You know, I got to tell you, children have to be taught that messing up is bad. Children have to be taught that. So we're going to go over your values this weekend. A bunch of y'all reached out to me for that value assessment. I hope you enjoyed it. But this mental toughness class is going to be incredible, and I hope that you are ready for it. My big sis just checking in. Okay. All right. P.O., what up, P.O.? All right. So that's what we know. We know that if you are going to separate yourself from the weak, then it's going to have to do with your mindset. It's going to have to do with the actions that you take based on that mindset. And that's been proven repeatedly. I know I'm preaching to the choir. But the first thing that I want you to realize is that success and comfort don't really fit in the same sentence, right? And this is where most of the not so successful, this is where most of the people who never reach their potential, this is where they mess up. Millionaires, if you're going to live a bigger life than you currently have, then you're going to have to become a bigger person. You hear me? If you're going to live a larger life, then you got to get uncomfortable. But the problem is so simple. Most people run away from anything that makes them uncomfortable. It's like a paradox. In nature, you're only growing or dying, right? But I'm going to tell you something. If you've ever been curious about where you might be falling short, we about to kill your curiosity this morning. I'm telling you as clear as I can. If you start to expand your world by doing some of the stuff that's uncomfortable, you're going to see your reality change. You're going to see yourself start to experience success on completely different levels than you ever have. And what I got for you this morning is 7 different activities that I suggest you kind of pull into place if you want to make success inevitable. Now, this weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to add a lot more layers to this. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is one of those ones you're going to be happy we give you all the PowerPoint slides. You're going to be happy that you're going to have this to refer back to as you're discussing things with your family, your friends, your coworkers, the management team at your office, your business partners. It's going to blow your mind how this class affects like all 360 degrees of your life. But what we're going to talk about right now are some quick activities you can implement that'll change everything for you. I'm going to give them to you kind of rapid fire succession because, as you know, we like to be out of here by 7:45. But I don't want you to take the speed at which I'm delivering these to be indication somehow that these are easy. These are not easy. These are simple to implement. You make a decision and you don't have to make so many choices, right? So these are simple to implement. But what I'm saying to you is that it ain't the same as it being easy. So I'm going to give you an example. Here's the first one, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Remove toxic people from your life. Remove toxic people from your life. Yeah. Let them know, coach. Yeah. We're going to throw it in there. Coach. All right. Yeah, let's get it. All right, here's the first one. Remove toxic people from your life. Man, you'll never really realize how toxic somebody is until you breathe fresher air. You know what I mean? You ever been around somebody and you're so habitually used to responding to somebody that's close to you and how they normally react in this situation, that when you bump into somebody else and they act kind of normal, you're shocked, right? Well, let me tell you why you feel that way when you get around somebody normal. You're surrounded by toxicity. You hear me? If you get around regular humans and you feel yourself almost like flinching and whatnot because they're treating you normal and you're used to being abused, you're used to being talked to any kind of way, treated any kind of way, having your dreams dashed. Every idea you throw out, you get pushback. You're surrounded by toxicity. So what you want to do, even though you might not have made a conscious choice when you were younger, who you let into your life, your friends were chosen by geography. Your friends were chosen by, you know what I mean, the block you lived on, the school you went to. This is why we say credit score is so important, right? Because your first peer group that's shaping the way you look at life has to do with your first zip code in a lot of cases. And if you're in a zip code that's populated by, if your children are in a zip code that's populated by the children of people who expect to lose, what kind of results are the teachers expecting out of those students and therefore your child? What kind of conversations are the children having on the playground, including your child? What are the opinions they share with each other when it comes to how life works, how you treat somebody when you're angry, how kind you are to strangers? Where are they getting all of this? They're getting it from their environment. Well, check it out. When you were a child, you didn't have a choice, but you got a choice now. You feel me? You feel me, Michael Allison? You got a choice now, right? The people in your life should be supportive. The people in your life should be encouraging. And the people in your life should never make you feel less. But here's what's so cold, y'all. You're the average of the people that you hang around with. Y'all know there's this story in this big book about entrepreneurship where Jesus healed this paralyzed man, you know. But let me tell you how he was able to do it. He was able to heal the paralyzed man because of the faith of his friends. If that don't show you how powerful your circle is, I don't know what to say. Millionaires, you're a product of your environment. If you surround yourself with the best, you're going to become better. If you surround yourself with the worst and people that make you feel really comfortable, you're going to get worse. It's the law of entropy. Anything left to its own devices is naturally going to careen towards chaos. It's naturally going to slide down into disorder. I've told you these examples before. If some bird crap falls on your car and you don't wash it off, it's going to start eating away at the paint. If your car just sits there and you don't move it, the tires are going to dry rot. Anything, when left to its own devices, is going to start to head towards disorder, chaos. It's going to be worse. Millionaires, you've got to move with intention, right? Once you let go of negative people, positive people appear. You can't erase people. You got to replace people. And just like you might have developed these limiting beliefs from your environment as a child, the same thing happens with your environment as you become an adult. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people you call the most for no reason. If they are single, you're headed towards single. If they are unhappy, you're headed towards misery. If their life is mediocre, you're headed towards mediocrity. If their life is headed towards expansion and constantly going past their limits, you're headed for greatness. If their reality is constantly talking about ideas, you're headed for success. If their reality is constantly talking about health and how they can be more intentional with the choices they make to create a fulfilling life, you're headed for happiness. You're headed for joy. Am I making sense? Here's the second one I got for you on that note. Tell your fears that they are magnets. Somebody say that and then give me a share. My fears must become magnets. See, what you got to understand before that quote makes sense to you is that fears are like dragons that are guarding your treasure. Y'all ever seen Game of Thrones? Y'all ever read? Y'all remember the storybooks with the dragons and all of that? Check it out. Dragons be guarding treasure. Think about it. Danger and fear are 2 different things. It's this movie called After Earth. Your boy Will Smith did. And it has like a lot of Scientology worked into that joint. I ain't gonna go there. But the point that I'm making to you is that fear is real. I mean, danger is real, but fear is just an illusion. Fear is just a chemical signal your brain is speaking. You're scared of public speaking. You're scared to go up to that stranger and network at the event. You're scared to ask your boss for a raise. Tell your fears that they're magnets. Fear is always going to be a part of life. It doesn't disappear over time. It doesn't disappear with growth. It's always going to be there. But as the words of Jim Rohn, pray not that things get easier. Pray that you get stronger. People let fear stop them all the time. That's why they don't take action, even if they know it's the right thing to do. Can I get a witness? Fear can feel real. It can feel physical, but it's because your mind can't tell the difference between memory, imagination, and the moment. You've got to be the one in control of this thing. And my favorite trick I learned from Miss Alma Nansui, shouts out to her. Y'all know my, her and Crystal are like my right hand ladies. If y'all tune in on Saturdays, y'all know Alma the CPA. She has this whole thing like if she's scared of it, she knows that's what she needs to do. Y'all ever heard fear is either false evidence appearing real? Y'all know that one? False evidence appearing real. So why let it control you? Fear is not the grass growing. Fear is not the wind blowing. It's an illusion of the mind. Y'all get me? Here's the third one I got for you. Take time management seriously. Take time management seriously. A lot of people seem to think that how they spend their time and the results they get in life ain't connected. It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you something. It's everything. It's everything. The reason I want to encourage you to get our newsletter is because you've got to start spreading this stuff around to your circle. You got to start having things that you can talk about with your circle so they don't drive you into talking about some new bombs Ukraine got. Or they don't drive you into talking about some new missiles that Russia just got. Or they don't drain you into talking about what happened on some reality show. Every week, that newsletter has little snippets for mindset, little snippets for a skill set, and little snippets for heart set. Like we'll give you all kind of quotes from legends, or we'll give you all kinds of like just secrets that'll change the way you're looking at life and make success inevitable. But the reason why we put that little share button at the bottom of every newsletter is because we want you to be able to share this with other people around you. Check it out. They've got to have certain insights where they understand it might not be fun to plan your life. It might not be fun to prioritize the different things on your to-do list, start to strategize your time. But let me tell you what it is. It is absolutely essential to you becoming a fulfiller of your potential. It is essential if you want to fulfill your potential. It might not be fun. It might be uncomfortable just thinking about it. But unless you take it more seriously, you can expect to get the same results you've been getting since before you came on this training. If you're going to maximize your results, you need to maximize your time. And if you don't manage your time effectively, you're not managing your life and your successes effectively as you could. All successful people value time. I was listening to this interview the other day, and they were talking about this rapper named 50 Cent and how this dude would run his organization like the military. Everybody got to be on time. And then the guy that they were interviewing was like, listen, that's the only way you're going to get a bunch of knuckleheads from Southside Jamaica, Queens, the most cruddy of environments you can come out of, to never miss a plane, to never miss a show, right? It's because you are running this thing like the military, AKA you understand that, it may only be a minute, but it has a universe in it. Let's move right along. Number 4, sacrifice is an ingredient. Sacrifice is essential. Somebody give me that in a share. Sacrifice is essential. Sacrifice is essential. Can I get that in a share? Sacrifice is essential, millionaires. There are some things that you need to give up in order to gain what you want. We all know it. Sometimes when I'm dealing with one of my students or one of my mentees and they get finished listing their goals, I say, all right, now what you going to give up? Because you clearly already spending 24 hours of your day. You already got 24 hours spent, baby. So if you're going to create this whole new life with the same time that you had before we sat down here, clearly some stuff going to have to get switched around. We're going to have to reprioritize. We're going to have to strategize. Millionaires, I'm asking you, what are you willing to sacrifice for what you say you want? Are you willing to wake up earlier? Well, you sacrificing sleep. Are you willing to stay up later? Well, maybe you sacrificing, time, quality time with your youngins, quality time with your significant other. But you able to know that you're doing that because it gets greater later. You're doing that with a specific intent in mind, right? You're staying in to get something done instead of going to partying with your friends, right? You invest in your money into growth, even though it may be invisible still to the people around you. They'd have seen the new car, but instead you got this course. Now they can't see the course. But isn't it ill that the illest things we can have are invisible? Things like knowledge, things like love. Isn't that amazing? Millionaires, sacrifice is essential. Sacrifice is essential. What are you doing to prioritize the results you want to have over what you're doing to currently block those results? And then maybe it'll help you if in your mind you switch the word sacrifice to investment. Because here's the bottom line. If you ain't willing to give up some things in order to gain something bigger, you don't deserve nothing bigger. Huh? Here's number 5. Play lottery with your life. What do I mean by that? Because we too young to play lottery, right? We still got too much energy, right? They say playing the lotto is a tax on people that can't do math, right? Now you say, well, you got to be in it to win it, Haziq. Well, what if I said play lottery with your life? What if I said you got to be in it to win it in that particular space? Because check it out. Every time somebody plays a lotto, they risk losing the amount they played with so easy, right? But for some reason, this is so easy for people to do. Why not play a bit of lottery with what you can create for yourself in life, right? If we could predict and plan and then stay on a path that would make success inevitable, great. But that ain't the world that most people live in. Millionaires, most people live in this world where their whole life is designed around being comfortable. Millionaires, if you don't take risks, you ain't going to get far. No guts, no glory. You hear me? No tests, no testimony. Do you hear me? Am I making sense? All I'm saying to you is that your results might slowly get better, but you ain't going to have no huge shifts. You ain't going to have no huge wins that can catapult you to the next stage of success, because all your quantum leaps are hiding behind the activity that you used to be scared of. The greater the risk, the greater the reward, millionaires. Play lottery with your life. Here's number 6 I got for you. We almost done. We have to put more emphasis on creating success habits. Somebody say, I've got to create more success habits. Because let me tell you what most people do. Most people fall in love with the results they want instead of falling in love with the lifestyle that will create those results. Millionaires, listen to me now, believe me later on. But lifestyle always precedes results. Lifestyle always precedes your results. So don't fall in love with the lifestyle. Don't fall in love with the results you want to have. Fall in love with the activity that you know inevitably has to create those results. We can fall in love with the idea of getting a check, or we can fall in love with the idea of creating so many leads per day, or we can fall in love with the idea of doing so many business presentations a day. Or we can fall in love with the idea of doing this many launch parties for this many teammates that never got one every single week. Are we falling in love with the idea of building this network of small businesses in our community where I can send them leads and then they can bring them to me? Are we falling in love with studying marketing since 80% of all our knowledge is obsolete every 5 years? Are we falling in love with the lifestyle that creates the results? Am I making sense? Because if you're going to be world class, you're going to have to put the results before the comfort, right? You're going to have to put the results before the comfort. How about creating the lifestyle that makes the success inevitable? You hear me? How about managing ourselves so that we take consistent daily action towards our goals? What if we don't like the task and so we delegate it instead of just getting stagnant, right? Right now we're doing this thing where we're turning a bunch of my courses into books. Well, if I was going to transcribe those myself, it would have taken me forever. But luckily, I got Elise. Now, some of y'all know Elise Davis. She's one of our Kaizen Academy members, but not just that, she's also an editor. Now, she's a model and an actress and all this other stuff, but she's also an editor. So what is she doing? Taking all the recordings, turning them into books. You hear me? What I'm saying to you is that now we're forming a habit with that. Every week we're working on a new book. So we're just knocking these joints out. So by this time next year, maybe your boy got 30, 40, 50 books. You get what I'm saying? Won't that be cool to introduce me? Like, yeah, that's my mentor. He got like 78 books. All right. Number 7, listen to your intuition more than you listen to the facts. I know this sounds crazy. But your intuition, and we're going to talk about that a little bit this weekend with the Kaizen Academy, right? We're going to talk about this a little bit this weekend, but check it out. Your intuition is like you combining kind of like your intellect and your emotion, right? It's like your mind is bringing in all this stuff into your awareness. You didn't notice that this guy's body language didn't match what he was saying, but your subconscious did. And your subconscious don't say, no, that's not how people act when they're, your subconscious is like, something ain't right about her. Something ain't right about him, right? You got to listen to that voice, right? I know this sounds real unbusinesslike, but here's the truth. Your brain can get fooled, y'all, but your gut don't know how to lie. You hear me? Listen to your intuition. The facts might look good on paper, y'all, but when you have a sense there's something wrong, what you got to understand is your subconscious understands things that your mind can't explain. You hear me? Start listening to your intuition more. Follow what feels right. See how your intuition is almost always right. People like Richard Branson swear by this. Elon Musk, they swear. I'm sure you can remember the times when something went to hell in a handbasket and you're like, I knew this. I spotted this. I saw the red flags. You wish you had listened to your gut and you didn't. So I'm saying is listen to your intuition. That's a hard activity, but it makes success inevitable. Millionaires, I hope this was helpful to you. If I left something out, let me see it in the comments. I hope you join our email list today. You're going to get a free value assessment in that thing. And if you haven't joined the Kaizen Academy, this would be a wonderful time to do it because this class this weekend is going to be so jam-packed. I think we might start it at 6 p.m. just because we about to go this weekend. This thing is going to be wild. Like I said, we focusing just on mental toughness, y'all. And, what a subject. So I hope you're ready for it. It's affirmation time. Remember, y'all, the uncomfortable needs to become the new comfortable. The uncomfortable needs to become the new comfortable. You hear me? So maybe this is a good segue into you doing some affirmations for the first time. I know you don't do affirmations. We all know we're supposed to do them, but how often do you do them? I know it gets hard to do them consistently, but that's why you put yourself in an environment. Whenever you want to create a new habit, y'all, get in a group where your desired behavior is their normal behavior. Welcome to Millionaire Minded. That's our whole purpose, baby. That's our whole purpose. All right. All of a sudden, we're going to make you feel weird that you're not doing your affirmations. Can you imagine what your life looks like a year from now? If you do your affirmations every single day for a year straight, can you imagine what your I've transformed my whole life with these things, y'all. You want to talk about undeserved grace? You looking at it. You listening to it right now. I don't deserve any of this. Like, right? It's like it is amazing the tools that God gave us. We just didn't get a instruction manual for these minds, right? These gold mines we got. I repeat after me, say it like you mean it. Here we go. I am so